All right, moving on to letter E. In letter E, we need to first of all divide these two. And remember, the first thing we do when it's a division problem is change it to a multiplication problem. So we're going to do a keep, flip, change. And what that's going to look like, we're going to keep the first fraction exactly as it is. 8j squared k to the 7th. That's going to be divided by, and then in the denominator, we're going to have 15k to the 7th, j to the 4th. Okay, and that is what we're going to start with. The next thing we're going to do is flip the sign, okay? Or I'm sorry, it's keep, flip, change. We're going to flip the sign instead of multiplication, or instead of division, we're going to change it to multiplication between these two fractions. Now, I could put a multiplication symbol, but that's a little amateurish for algebra. I'm just going to put the fractions right next to each other, because when we have two fractions right next to each other, it means we're going to multiply them. And then my other fraction, I need to change it. I need to flip it upside down. Okay, so instead of 5kj to the 6th in the denominator, that needs to go to the numerator. 5kj to the 6th. And then in the denominator, I'm going to have 6j to the 3rd k. Notice I flipped that fraction upside down. Now I am ready to multiply them across. But hey, remember how I said earlier that one of the things you can do is instead of just multiplying right away, we can go through and simplify that anything on the top and the bottom can be canceled out. So for instance, this j squared cancels out two of the j's in this j to the 4th and makes it j to the 2nd. This k to the 7th here perfectly cancels this k to the 7th in the denominator there. Okay, let me just move this back over. This 5 is going to cancel with this 15, changing the 15 to a 3. Let's see, what else can I do? This j to the 3rd on the bottom is going to cancel out 3 of the j's in this j to the 6th, making it j to the 3rd. This k cancels out in the top and the bottom. This j squared is going to cancel 2 of the j's in the j to the 3rd. So that's going to change this to just j to the 1st, or j. And let's see, anything else I can cancel? This 8 will cancel with this 6. So this 6 becomes a 3. This 8 becomes a 4. And now I'm ready to just multiply. 4 times j over 9. That's the answer that I get for this one. It's going to be 4j divided by, in the denominator, it's 9. All right, let's just make sure we did that one right. 4j over 9. All right, moving on to letter F. In letter F, I have a trinomial again. I'm just going to factor that trinomial right away. Instead of x squared plus 7x plus 12, what are the factors of 12 that equals 7? Well, this is positive 12, so it's going to be x plus 3, x plus 4. Okay, so I can just replace x squared plus 7x plus 12 with this expression. That's going to be divided by x plus 5 in the denominator here. And now I'm going to do keep, flip, change. I'm going to keep this fraction. This is the first fraction, is going to be exactly the same. Change the sign to a multiplication sign. And again, I'm just going to put the fractions next to each other to indicate that. And now over here, I have the fraction x plus 3 implied over 1. When I flip it, it's going to be times 1 over x plus 3. So I'm just going to put a 1. Let's put a division symbol, or yeah, we'll put our fraction bar, and then x plus 3 is in the denominator. And now I need to multiply these together. Hey, is there anything that'll cancel? Well, I noticed that I have an x plus 3 in the bottom and an x plus 3 on the top. Now, when I multiply straight across, this becomes something very, very simple. This is just going to become x plus 4 on the top divided by x plus 5 on the bottom. And that is my answer. My fraction is going to be x plus 4 over x plus 5. All right, one more easy one, and then a word problem. Letter G. So in this one, once again, I am going to factor on top right away. What are the factors of 6 that equal 5? This is going to be x plus 3 times x plus 2 on top. Oh, that's a good sign that there's an x plus 2 on top because I have an x plus 2 on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to put that x plus 2 on the bottom right away. X plus 2. Okay, we'll put a fraction bar there. There we go. And this is going to be times the flipped version of this fraction, which is going to be y squared. So I'll put my y squared over, in the denominator, I'm going to have x plus 3. X plus 3. Okay, so now, is there anything that I can cancel? Well, I see I have an x plus 3 in the numerator, x plus 3 in the denominator, x plus 2 in the numerator, x plus 2 in the denominator, and wow, did this one simplify. Notice that now I am left with just y squared. So my answer to this one should just be y squared. Everything else canceled out. Let's just make sure that that's the case. There it is. And then lastly, letter H. Tran makes a profit of x squared over 20x plus 10x for each ticket he sells. What is this profit in terms of x if he sells x squared plus 9x plus 20 tickets? This is just exactly what we've been doing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is write the amount that he makes per ticket, x squared, over, and this is going to be over 20x squared plus 10x. Okay, and then let's see if I can make a big-ish fraction bar. I guess that's as big as it's going to get. Okay, anyway, this fraction is going to be multiplied times the number of tickets I sell. I sell x squared. Let's see if we can get rid of this fraction bar a little bit here. X squared plus 9x plus 20 tickets. I'm going to multiply this fraction by x squared plus 9x plus 20 tickets. But wait a second. We don't write out expressions like x squared plus 9x plus 20. We're going to simplify this. We're going to factor this. We're not going to simplify. We're going to factor it. I need to find factors of 20 that equal 9. Let me think about that for a second. So 2 times 10 won't do, but 4 times 5 will. 4 plus 5 is 9. So this is just going to be x plus 4 times x plus 5. Okay, that doesn't help me simplify. And remember, this is like implied over 1. And I need to multiply these together, but I can't really simplify anything yet. I wonder if anything at all will simplify. It looks like I can pull a 2x out of this denominator. It changes this, instead of 20x, oh, hold on. I can actually pull a 5x out of this denominator. So instead of 20x squared, this becomes 4x. And then instead of 10x, this becomes 2. It becomes 4x plus 2. So let me just look at this again. This becomes 20x squared plus 10x. Still not super helpful, but at least it gets me a little further. Wait a moment. As I look at this, I notice that I can actually factor another 2 out of here. Oh, because I could have factored a 10x out of here the whole time. So this becomes 10x times 2x plus 1. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to be able to factor this expression anymore. One of the things that I can do is cancel this x on the bottom with one of these x's on top. So I get rid of this squared here. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else I can do with this one. So what is this expression going to equal? Well, on top, we're going to have x times x plus 4 times x plus 5. And on the bottom, we're simply going to have 10 times 2x plus 1. I don't think there's anything else I can do to simplify this expression. Let's just see if we got it right. X times x plus 5 times x plus 4 over 10 times 2x plus 1. Hey, like I said before, it's just as much about what you can't simplify as what you can. All right? All right, so that's how we do these multiplying and dividing rational expressions. You're ready to do the problem set for tomorrow.